Howard Stern show yesterday. But here's the thing. He also uncharacteristically cursed multiple times during the interview. And Shannon, you mentioned it briefly yesterday that Skip has been critical of LeBron cursing, but didn't seem too fazed with Tom Brady doing the same thing. So Shannon, the floor is yours. Please expand.
Yeah, I just want to hear what Skip will have to say about this. Oh, maybe it was Howard Stern. Maybe it was the setting. Because, you know, when you go on Howard Stern, people say things, they do things. And so probably there was no kids listening or anything like that. Because I'm very interested to hear how Skip explained this. The great Tom Brady, the guy that's not human like all of us. He's different. Listen, athletes, the thing that I don't care how high you jump or how fast you can throw a baseball or you can tackle, you're human. And a lot of times these guys, if you were to get them in a setting where they're comfortable, like the locker room, guys talk a certain way. Now, obviously, they know they can't use their normal language on camera or in public for the most part, but sometimes guys slip up. He gave you a little glimpse of this in Tom versus Time, where he was a little more like, whoa, okay, Tom a little foul at the mouth. I ain't got no problem with it, because, you know, I've been known to here or there, you know, in the comforts of my own home, maybe say a thing or two. But I'm not surprised, Skip. He's human. And Tom, you know, there are a lot of things. I'm surprised he didn't use it more, but I think you're more surprised that he didn't come out strong against Coach Belichick. That's what you really wanted to hear. And I think a lot of people want to take, go ahead, Tom, this is your opportunity. Get it off your chest. You've had this stored up for like 20 years. This is your opportunity to take the pot off and just let it all spew all out. But he was saying some pretty foul things, Skip. And my guy don't really say that. He might say, you know, ass, something like that. That might be as foul as he get. Your guy was dropping F-bombs. Left and right.
He was not dropping
Explain yourself.
F-bombs.
F-bombs.
Okay, I will explain myself. Being on Howard Stern was a bucket list goal of Tom Brady's, because he has long been a big fan of that guy and that show. So it was an honor for Tom to be on a show that is obviously irreverent by nature. So he did say the SH word a couple of times. That's all I heard. Maybe I missed it, but I heard the SH word. And I did hear once in Tom versus Time the MF word, as in, I can still, he was out in the backyard throwing, I can still throw this, you know what, bleepity bleep. And that's all I've ever heard from Tom Brady in those settings, because in post-game settings or in pre-week settings, you know, during the season when he sits down for TV interviews, I have never heard him utter a single curse word. I don't know what's gotten into LeBron over the last 2 or 3 years, but he's just constantly in post-game interviews live. I know I can watch it live here in LA on Spectrum Television. He just constantly drops F-bombs, as in F that or no effing way, just gratuitous use of the F-bomb. And I'm thinking, LeBron, you opened and funded an I Promise school back in your hometown of Akron. Those kids obviously do look up to you as their role model. You can't do that constantly on live TV. It's just beneath you. You're better than that, because it doesn't really get you anywhere. I know there's a part of LeBron who wants to be a rapper, so he wants to show everybody, I can rap and I can talk like the rappers rap. And yet, after a while, I don't mind it on the shop, because that's the barber shop and you can do whatever you want to say and do there. I get that part. I just don't understand the live TV interviews at his locker after the game. And occasionally when he's sitting down with somebody doing a one-on-one interview, he is shockingly profane in the last 3 or 4 years.
Skip, stop this. The fact that because he helped fund a school and that he talks a certain way and kids think it's okay. Skip, my grandfather cursed a lot. My mom cursed, my uncles cursed. Well, my uncle. You thought that gave me a green light? That I could do that? No. Even my kids now, my kids are grown, but they're very careful about how they speak around me. They're grown, but they understand who I am, and I cursed around them. But I wish they might have said something that they had heard me say. There were going to be problems. And they know that, Skip, so stop this notion. Trump is a human being. As much as you do not want to admit that, he's human. And Tom talks a certain way. And yes, some guys do a better job of cleaning it up when they're in front of the camera or they're in a public setting, sure. But the thing that Tom Brady doesn't curse, maybe Phillip Rivers is the only one that might not say any words. His dadgummit, gee, good God, that's him. But old Tom Terrific, golly gee whiz Tom, was dropping them like it's hot. You heard him, Jenny.
He was. And you know what? I think he loved it because that's legacy for Tom Brady. He was on Howard Stern saying the SH word. Way to go, Tom.
Yeah. Whatever.
All right, guys, we are not done yet. Should LeBron be giving advice to opposing players? This one's good. Next. Yesterday, former NFL scout and current NFL Network analyst Daniel Jeremiah said that Tom Brady could have won 10 Super Bowls since 2000 if he had been playing with the Ravens. Jeremiah cited Baltimore's long list of current and potential Hall of Famers from that time as a reason Brady could have had even more success in his career. So, Shannon, do you think Brady really could have won 10 Super Bowls with the Ravens?
I don't. Skip, and Dan Jeremiah, he came to the Ravens after I had left. I think he was there from 03 to 06. And when Phil Savage left and went and took over the Browns, he left and went with Phil. Skip, there's so many variables in football, and that's why you don't have the closest thing we've seen to dynasty, Skip, is that you win 3 and 4 years or you win 4 and 6 years. Nothing like what we saw from the Celtics, or we saw that the Lakers go into the finals. Basically, Magic went 9 times in 12 years. Skip, no. And I get it. You look at the players that the Ravens have had, the Ed Reeds, the Terrell Suggs, the Ray Lewises, the Jonathan Ogden. But, Skip, people don't realize the level of talent that the Patriots have had. The Patriots have had, you look at, okay, on offense, they had Gronk, Randy Moss, Wes Welker. 2 of those, Gronk is going to the Hall of Fame on the first ballot. Randy went in on the first ballot. When you look at their defense, Vrabel, Willie McGinnis, who's the all-time playoff sack leader, Ty Law is in the Hall of Fame. Gilmore looked like he's on the Hall of Fame crest. Richard Seymour comes up every year for the Hall of Fame. Vinatieri. So, Skip, look, the thing is that when you win Super Bowls, you're probably not going to be in position to get an Ed Reed. You're probably not going to be in position to get a Terrell Suggs. So many things have to go, and I get it. And Tom Brady and how the Ravens work, Skip, having been in that organization, Ozzie does not believe in asking guys to take pay cuts. You play your ass off, they're going to pay you max dollars. They will max you out. If they cannot max you out, they'll let you go. Zadarius Smith, Skip, they knew they couldn't pay him. They let him go. C.J. Mosley, they let him go. There are guys that they believe they're going to pay him top dollar. And I don't know if you pay Tom Brady top dollar, Skip, how many other guys are going to be around, because you can't pay Ray Lewis top dollar, Terrell Suggs top dollar, Ed Reed top dollar, Jonathan Ogden top dollar. You can't pay all those guys, Skip. So I think, and defensively, Ravens have had 14 in Tom Brady's tenure. They've had 14 top 10 defenses. New England's had 16. I think Tom Brady landed in the ideal spot, in the perfect situation. And I'm not willing to let, Skip, the last couple of years of maybe some bickering detract me from what they were able to accomplish. No, I do not believe they would have won 10 championships had Tom Brady been in Baltimore.
I can't believe you. You got handed this topic on a silver platter because Daniel Jeremiah, who does an outstanding job evaluating the draft for NFL Network, he's saying he listed all the greats who were playing through that era for the Ravens, and he even included Shannon Sharp, the Hall of Fame tight end, who fairly quickly gave way to Todd Heap, who obviously was a very good tight end, not a Shannon Sharp, but a very good one through the rest of the decade. I thought you would say, man, if we had had Tom Brady, who would have been a rookie the year you won your last Super Bowl in 2000, if he had started in place of Trent Dilfer, would he have been good enough as a rookie to do what Trent did? Yeah, I would say, because you had what arguably was the greatest defense ever. It's between you and the Chicago Bears in '85 and obviously Derek Brooks and company in 2002. But still, you're right in that conversation. Yeah. So could Brady have done that? Yeah, I believe he could have done that. And then you stayed for the next year, and you guys lost to Cordell Stewart in the division round at Pittsburgh. You're telling me that Tom couldn't have won that game against Cordell Stewart? Because I believe he could. Oh. Obviously, he got hurt against Cordell Stewart, and then Drew Bledsoe had to come in. But still, I believe you might have stayed a Raven for 3 or 4 more years, and you could have become Tom's Gronk, his first Gronkowski. And you're telling me he couldn't have won 10? Really?
No, but here's the thing, though, Skip. Do I believe had Tom Brady in his second year? Yes, because he wouldn't have put the defense in harm's way as much as the quarterbacks that we had playing, Elvis and Randall. Randall did a great job of taking care of the ball, but Elvis Gerbach put the ball in harm's way too much. But here's the thing. You win the Super Bowl, you're not going to be in a position to get Ed Reed. You win the Super Bowl, you're not getting the Terrell, you're not getting the Suggs. So I mean, I don't know, Skip, those great players. I mean, yes, you look at those players now. Are you saying if they have those great players and Tom Brady? Yes, but I don't believe you're going to be in position to get those great players. Skip, you're not getting the Ed Reed picking 32nd. You're not getting the Suggs picking 32nd. You're not going to get some of the players that they were able to get because, remember, Skip, they were picking fairly high, and so you were able to get an Ed Reed. You're able to get a Suggs. You're able to get some of those, the C.J. Mosleys and some of these guys, which you would not have been able to do had Tom Brady been there.